Do you mind talking a little bit about how this running relates to your sobriety and how maybe you came to that point or how they intersected?
Absolutely. How does the running is a big piece of my recovery. It's not something I depend on for my recovery. When I say recovery, I mean recovery from alcohol and drug abuse, or addiction rather. Running can't be the answer to my recovery because I'm gonna get injured, I'm gonna get hurt. The running might not always be there, but it is good therapy. And I find that at these races of ultra long distances, there are many people like me there.
So if you're running 100 miles, I imagine there's a lot of misery involved with some of that.
There is. It's a different kind of misery. You really need to consider the difference between discomfort and pain if you want to get through it, I think. Because discomfort is something that's very acceptable and temporary. And so I think usually the miserable moments have come about because of weather. When I had been running at the Zumbro 100 for about 24 hours and it was maybe 35 degrees and this horrible wind, rain onslaught came out of the sky with hail and lightning and I ended up dropping from that race. What do they call it when you have you can't stop shaking?
Hypothermia?
Hypothermia, thank you, is the word. I was pretty blue and my arms were just shaking, and I kind of associate real miserable times with the weather, heat, extreme heat maybe, or that kind of cold, or elevation in the Bighorn Mountains. When I got too high of an elevation, I just kept throwing up and couldn't stop. When you find the body's limits is where the misery piece is. And usually that, quite often that can be weather related, because I mean you when the weather says you're gonna stop now, that's I mean I can think of races where I say miles 30 through 70 were really painful, but you just keep pushing through them and moving through them. And you learn to kind of wrap your head around the pain and embrace it as, like I said, as discomfort instead of as pain. And just something that you move through. Usually a really miserable time, and quite often it...
So what prompted the writing of the book?
It's funny because you usually don't get good ideas when you're running 100-mile races. But when I was running the race in 2014, and I was just... As you're running, you talk to people, of course, other people running it, and I'm talking to a guy who, the week before, he was working with natives in the Amazon, or somebody else who's running it because of a dead friend, or whatever, and I just thought everybody's got these, everybody running this thing is a novel unto itself, and I thought I need, and I like to document things, that's just